Hello, welcome to Tarot C. I was sitting here this afternoon and I was actually just I was inspired today by Bookworm 2. She just released she just did a little video. Let me see. Oh, it was a day ago. I must have missed it, but I'm just catching up. So yes, I was looking at a video by Bookworm 2. It's this one here. I was just watching it, and you can see I Bookworm just mentioned something, and I thought I have got to ask the cards. I've got to ask the cards. Now, if you haven't, if you're not aware of Bookworm 2, please go along and have a listen to this. She's got some really amazing insights into, like, her contacts are fantastic. I love it. It's a bit like Celt. I love Celt views. I love how they've got it's like having an eye at the palace. You know, they have contacts, amazing contacts, and from the bottom of my heart, I just go, wow, they are just so inspiring. And so I just thought, I haven't listened to Celt, so probably this afternoon, as I've got a little bit of time, I'll probably listen to some Celt views. But I wanted to share. I got a little bit excited, so I wanted to sort of touch the cards and ask the cards about this little feeling that Bookworm has. And so let me just explain just briefly. It's got to do with the employees of the month, the 2 employees of the month. It's got to do with Chuck and his health and some of the rumors around his health, etc. Now, Bookworm does a very good job of explaining the situation, so I'll let you go along and listen to Bookworm explain it. But the question involved is I'm pointing to the screen, but obviously I need to point over here to this building here, Balmoral, and the possibility or the rumor. The question, could Balmoral be left to Ratbag as inheritance? And I find what Bookworm's suggesting here very, very interesting, because I'll tell you what point I stopped at. I stopped at this point where she said that selling Balmoral, because the family probably won't want to sell it, or and he probably doesn't have the money to the upkeep, that maybe one of, like, say, Anne or someone like will buy it from him. So Chuck gives it to Ratbag. Ratbag can't really afford to have it, so he'll sell it back to the family. I'm really, really interested. This has got my attention because when I was jammy, I do miss being jammy, and I think I'm going to have to work out a way that I can be Bubo and jammy. Like, I do miss that, but there were reasons why Jam Scam needed to end. But we're back here again, guys. We're back to talking about them. So now so let me pop this up. So remember this video back in December 2024. We had can I go up? Remember this Christmas card? Do you remember this? Whoops. Let me go back a little bit. Go screen back. There was this Christmas card, and I did a little analysis for you. It was around, I think it was around the 27th or the 29th of December 2024. And what intrigued me about this card, if you remember, if you were along for the ride, we counted the golden orbs. Now, whether they're pentacles or orbs, or whether they're from spirit or pentacles or energy to manifest, I suggested to you that this Christmas card was kind of like a message. When I counted, I went through the video and I counted all of the orbs. There are 80 orbs. So my question at the time was, could this be a message to the grandfather, Chuck, that if he wanted to see these children for real, that he would need to pay $80 million or 80 million pounds? Was each orb 1 million pounds? It was just a little theory. I don't know. I just thought, but because of the way, and we went through all of this about how it's obviously AI, computer generated, and also this is a stance at the time that Charles had taken Charles had actually been photographed in exactly the same stand. So there's the orbs. We counted them all. The golden orbs, 80 of them. So you may have remembered this little video, and maybe what I should do is go back through some of my older stuff and just do a revamp, because it's very interesting, like 12 months or 13, 14 months later, looking at all of this, now knowing some of the other things that were, that are going on in the background related to certain entities and messages that we've seen. So I just wanted to show you that, because so remember, 80 golden orbs, and I said, let's keep an eye out. Let's keep our ears open for 80 million pounds. Well, my friend Bookworm just are getting goosebumps. Bookworm has just opened a little gateway for me, because what she's saying is, and suggesting, I mean, she doesn't know. I'm not saying that she doesn't know. It's just a suggestion. I'm loving the suggestion. We haven't touched the cards yet. We will. I just wanted to get this information out, and so then we'll ask the cards. So what she's saying is, and it's almost like, not laundering, but by giving Balmoral to Harry, and then he knows that Harry can't upkeep. He doesn't have the money to upkeep. So he'll sell it back to the family. So someone's going to buy it back from him, whether that's, I don't know if William will buy it back from him, or, whoever the suggestion. But Bookworm says that he's likely to pocket 50 to 80 million pounds. The orbs. Now, I have suggested to you, and I want to make this clear, because I just realized I have been saying, and because the cards have, I haven't, the cards have been saying, and I said, could there be a little accident? Like, could something happen? And coming up, if there is this thing that's happening, I don't think it's going to happen while Chuck is alive. These people are not getting divorced. They are not getting divorced. And I'll ask the cards, but they're not going to get divorced, because he hasn't got anything. I mean, he's got a little bit, like he's got some, but he hasn't got a lot. So there's no way she will divorce him until she's got the cash. So someone's got to pay her, I think, 80 million pounds. That's what I'm thinking. But there's no divorce, even though he might not like it. I don't know. Everyone's reading all sorts of things into it. I think I will say to you, let's just have a quick, I really feel like energy here. Are they going to get divorced? Oh, no way. She's not going to change. She's the scorpion riding the toad, the rat bag. She's the scorpion riding now, she will sting. she's the scorpion riding, this parable of the scorpion that takes a ride on the toad to cross the river, and then at the end the scorpion bites the toad, and the toad dies and they both drown. And the toad said, why did you do that? And basically the scorpion can't change her behavior. She can't change her nature. And this is what the card is called: unchangeable nature. You cannot control others. You cannot control their behavior or their nature. These two employees of the month but I've got so many things running through my brain right now, and I want to try not to confuse. I don't want to confuse the cards. I don't want to confuse myself. I just need to deal with one thing at a time. I will ask the cards. £80 million. I was when bookworms when she said that, I immediately stopped, and I thought, I need to get the cards. I will. £80 million. Okay, we've got all the cards out on the table now, so we'll just pick them very randomly like this. Juggling the money. They've got a lot of projects on the board, but they're juggling things around. They're trying to keep things in balance, juggling projects and trying to control. The thing that I'm feeling might happen to Harry, it's going to take some time. It's not going to be quick. So I will say it's not going to be until it happens after Chuck's gone. It happens after Chuck's gone. It's not going to happen before that, because there's no point because she needs to be married to him. Now, I don't know. Sorry, I'm going to have my coffee. Can you? Just having my coffee break. What is she? She wouldn't have. Would she have the know-how, the experience, like to actually write in her contract, her marriage contract? I'm not sure. Like, now this is where people like Bookworm and Celt Views and TRG, these people, they would know the legalities, the ins and outs of a married couple in the royal family, what she gets if she's married to him when he passes. But whether the royal, she can't get anything that belongs to the royal family because they're not actually owned by Harry. So that little bits and pieces that he got from his mum and the Queen Mother, she could get those because they're actually things that belong to Harry. So in their arrangement, she could get her hands on that. Now, Balmoral, she can't get her hands on Balmoral at all. So is this a way of laundering the money? Is this a way of laundering the money? She will be going into hiding. She will be going, but after the scorpion attack. Let go of things that no longer serve you. But as I said, this time needs to go past. She's not ready to bite yet. She's holding out. She's holding out. I want to put another card with that one. I've had a feeling about this one here. The Tower. The Tower. She's going to there's going to be some really big changes. There's big changes coming. Now, I at first when Bookworm first mentioned this, I thought I understand like where she's coming, where she's heard this and stuff, and like I thought like no, like, and I've been feeling that no, she's not going to go to the UK. She can't step foot in the UK. She's got something over them. She's got something over them. She's got something over them. I feel like you remember who I am. Remember who I am. And I feel a very strong there's sexual stuff here. There's sexual things that have gone on that she's had over them. But there's really big, there's really big changes coming. A restructure. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So the Tower. Let's just put red over there for a second. Which one do I want? I want one of these. Her magnet. So this is all part of a great work of art. This is part of the project. All of this is a magnum opus, a great work. The mosaic, all the pieces are falling into place. Very, very clever. Very clever. Now, the question I need to ask the cards. We know the nature of ratbag. We know the nature of yachty, shapey, whatever you want to call it, the entity, shape, shifting, yacht girl. We know their nature. We know ratbag's father, Vlad the Impaler, Vlad the Dracula, we know that, but what we're not knowing right now is how the future, oh, sorry. I must have touched something. Sorry, I must have done something and the video started. Whoops. Okay. Time, and I want to say the brother. I want to say the new king, because something doesn't feel right to me. Something does not feel right. I don't know. I know, and I know everyone really loves it and wants him to be this. What am I feeling? Why do I feel this? Why am I saying this? I don't know. Why? The mirror. The mirror. What is he reflecting? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Oh, I'm sorry, people, but I'm not going to say too much. All I want you to do, I suppose all we can ask you to do is be careful of who you love. That's the message. Be careful who you automatically love and who you think is the fairest in the land. There's something in this story that Bookworm is talking about that to me reads like it's like a play, like an opera, or this. It's very it's very well thought out. These maneuvers. The maneuvers are about how they're received back into the family. And I will say now, like what for me, for Jamie, for Bubo, I'm going to be very, very careful about automatically loving and accepting people in this story. And time will tell. Time will tell. The picture is forming. The great work is forming. We haven't seen, from where we're standing, looking at it, it feels like all the pieces, but there's pieces missing. And the pieces missing, and what we need to really pay close attention to are the nature, but not just those two, and Ratbag's father. I think we need to take care. We need to pay close attention to the actions of the sun and the moon in the alchemical marriage. The sun and the moon, gold and silver. We need to pay very close attention. There's are there going to be slip-ups? Let me see. Are there going to be slip-ups? Pink. Oh, again, like the extinguished candle. This has come up now. This is the third time this card's come up in relation to when we're talking about these two. Is there going to be a slip up? I'm thinking the brother. I'm thinking the sun. The sun, born on the sun, the solstice, and born in that sun, gold, sun, Apollo, the boy that was born on the summer solstice and the solar eclipse. When the sun rises, the candle is extinguished. When the sun rises, the candle is extinguished. So we're going to see a great deal of love, pretend love, sweet love, pretending to love. But my message to you, what we're going to pay careful attention to you, as I said, what's the timing for all of this? When the sun rises, the candle will be extinguished. I'm just going to leave it at that. My friends, I wanted to touch my cards and have a bit of a play with the cards. Very interesting. I'm going to finish watching Bookworm, and I want to catch up on some videos with TRG and also with Kelt. I love Kelt. I love her angle. And maybe some Lauren. I haven't watched anything on YouTube for quite a time, so I want to catch up with that. So I hope this finds you well. Let me know what your thoughts are, as you always do, my friends. And let's catch up very, very soon. I'll talk to you later. Bye.